Triangle, 2009, is a psychological thriller exploring time loops, guilt, and fate. The film follows a group of friends trapped on a mysterious ship, where events repeat with deadly consequences. It questions whether one can escape destiny or if choices are doomed to repeat endlessly. You have to add this film to your watch list. Vanilla Sky, 2001, is a psychological drama exploring reality, identity, and perception. The film follows a wealthy man whose life unravels after a car accident, blurring dreams, memories, and reality. It questions what defines consciousness, the nature of regret, and whether we can confront our choices to find redemption. You have to add this film to your watch list. The Tree of Life, 2011, is a poetic exploration of existence, memory, and the human connection to the cosmos. The film follows a family in 1950s Texas while weaving in reflections on life, death, and the universe, questioning the meaning of suffering, grace, and our place in the world. You have to add this film to your watch list. This movie tells isn't only really about entertainment. It's about control disguised as care, comfort mistaken for happiness, and the unseen systems quietly deciding how much freedom we're allowed to have. So you have to definitely add it your watch list. The Platform, 2019, is a dystopian thriller exploring human nature, inequality, and moral responsibility. Set in a vertical prison where food descends level by level, the film examines greed, cooperation, and the ethical dilemmas of survival. It questions how society allocates resources and whether solidarity can overcome systemic cruelty. You have to add this film to your watch list. The Matrix, 1999, is a groundbreaking sci-fi exploring reality, control, and human consciousness. The film follows Neo, who discovers that the world he knows is a simulated illusion created by machines. It questions the nature of reality, the power of choice, and what it means to awaken to truth. You have to add this film to your watch list. Shutter Island, 2010, is a psychological thriller exploring trauma, guilt, and the fragile nature of reality. The film follows U.S. Marshal Teddy Daniels as he investigates a missing patient at a secluded mental institution, only to confront unsettling truths about his own mind. It questions perception, identity, and how humans construct reality to cope with unbearable pain. You have to add this film to your watch list. The Adjustment Bureau, 2011, is a philosophical sci-fi exploring free will, destiny, and love. The film follows a politician who discovers mysterious forces guiding human lives and must choose between following fate or pursuing true desire. It questions whether life is predetermined or shaped by our choices, and what it means to fight for personal freedom. You have to add this film to your watch list. Predestination, 2014, is a mind-bending sci-fi exploring time, identity, and fate. The film follows a temporal agent on a mission to stop a mysterious criminal, only to confront paradoxes that challenge the nature of self and destiny. It asks whether free will exists when time loops constrain every action, and whether identity is fixed or fluid across the timeline. You have to add this film to your watch list. Primer, 2004, is a cerebral sci-fi exploring time travel, ethics, and human ambition. The film follows two engineers who accidentally invent a time machine, unraveling their friendship and morality as they manipulate past and future events. It questions the consequences of knowledge, the illusion of control, and how obsession can distort reality. You have to add this film to your watch list. No Country for Old Men, 2007, is a tense, philosophical thriller about fate, morality, and the randomness of violence. The film follows Llewellyn Moss, who stumbles upon a drug deal gone wrong, and the relentless hitman Anton Chigurh, who embodies inevitable death. It examines how chance and choice collide, questioning whether justice exists in a chaotic world and whether humans can impose order on fate. Through sparse dialogue and moral ambiguity, the story reflects on aging, ethics, and the limits of control. You have to add this film to your watch list. Parasite, 2019, is a dark social satire exploring class, inequality, and human ambition. The film follows the Kim family as they infiltrate the wealthy Park household, exposing the tensions, greed, and illusions that divide society. It examines how social structures shape behavior, the fragility of privilege, and the moral compromises people make to survive. You have to add this film to your watch list. Memento, 2000, is a psychological thriller that explores memory, identity, and the subjectivity of truth. The film follows Leonard, a man with short-term memory loss, as he tries to solve his wife's murder. Told in a fragmented, reverse chronology, it questions whether we can trust our own memories and how perception shapes reality. You have to add this film to your watch list. Minority Report, 2002, is a futuristic thriller exploring free will, justice, and moral responsibility. Set in a world where crimes are prevented before they occur, the story follows Chief John Anderton as he confronts the limits of preemptive justice. It raises profound questions: if the future can be predicted, can humans truly choose their own destiny, or are we bound by fate? The film examines how technology, ethics, and human fallibility intersect, showing that the quest for perfect control can threaten both freedom and morality. You have to add this film to your watch list. Inception, 2010, is a philosophical thriller exploring dreams, reality, and the nature of consciousness. The film follows Dom Cobb, a skilled extractor who enters others' dreams to manipulate their subconscious. It questions how perception shapes reality, whether our choices are truly our own, and what defines truth when layers of illusion exist. You have to add this film to your watch list. Origins, 2014, explores science, spirituality, and the search for meaning through the study of eyes and identity. The film follows a molecular biologist whose research on the human eye leads him to question the boundaries between science and faith, life and reincarnation. It asks whether human experience can be reduced to biology or if there is something transcendent connecting all lives. You have to add this film to your watch list. Gattaca, 1997, is a thought-provoking exploration of genetic determinism, ambition, and human potential. Set in a future where DNA dictates social status and opportunity, the film follows Vincent, a naturally born man who defies his genetic limitations to pursue his dream of space travel. It questions the ethics of eugenics and asks whether identity and destiny are defined by biology or by perseverance, choice, and courage. You have to add this film to your watch list. Fight Club, 1999, is a dark, psychological exploration of identity, consumerism, and modern alienation. The film follows an unnamed narrator who creates an alter ego, Tyler Durden, to escape the emptiness of his life. Through chaos and rebellion, it questions what defines the self, the illusions of societal norms, and the destructive ways people seek meaning. At its core, it challenges viewers to confront the tension between conformity and freedom, order and chaos. You have to add this film to your watch list. Donnie Darko, 2001, is a mind-bending exploration of time, fate, and adolescent alienation. The film follows Donnie, a troubled teenager who experiences visions of a mysterious figure predicting the end of the world. Blending psychological drama with science fiction, it questions the nature of reality, the consequences of choice, and the tension between destiny and free will. Ultimately, it suggests that understanding life may require embracing uncertainty, even when the answers remain beyond reach. You have to add this film to your watch list. Dark City, 1998, is a neo-noir science fiction film that questions reality, memory, and identity. Set in a constantly shifting city controlled by mysterious beings, the story follows a man who begins to realize his memories are not his own. The film explores how identity is constructed through memory and perception, and what remains when both are manipulated. It suggests that true humanity lies not in the past we are given, but in the choices we make when reality itself is uncertain. You have to add this film to your watch list. Children of Men, 2006, explores a future where humanity faces extinction due to global infertility. Set in a collapsing world driven by fear, authoritarianism, and despair, the film follows an ordinary man caught in an extraordinary moment of hope. Rather than focusing on spectacle, it reflects on survival, faith, and moral responsibility. The story suggests that hope is not loud or heroic, it is fragile and human. In a world that has stopped believing in tomorrow, the film argues that protecting hope, even briefly, is what gives life meaning. You have to add this film to your watch list. Cloud Atlas, 2012, weaves multiple stories across different eras to explore time, identity, and interconnectedness. The film suggests that individual actions ripple across generations, shaping the future in unseen ways. Through recurring souls and repeated struggles against oppression, it argues that humanity is bound by shared choices rather than isolated lives. The story reflects on how power, love, and resistance echo through time, proposing that even small acts of courage can challenge cycles of cruelty and despair. You have to add this film to your watch list. Arrival, 2016, presents a philosophical meditation on time, language, and human choice disguised as a science fiction story. When extraterrestrial visitors arrive on Earth, linguist Louise Banks is tasked with understanding their language before fear escalates into global conflict. As she learns the alien circular written system, her perception of time begins to shift. Past, present, and future merge into a single experience, revealing that time is not linear but holistic. This new awareness forces Louise to confront a disturbing truth: knowing the future does not prevent suffering, but it clarifies its meaning. She foresees love, loss, and grief woven together, yet chooses to live those moments anyway. The film challenges traditional ideas of free will, suggesting that choice still exists even when outcomes are known, because choosing to feel, to love, and to connect is itself an act of freedom. You have to add in your watch list. Black Swan, 2010, is a psychological descent into obsession, identity, and the cost of perfection. The film follows Nina, a disciplined ballerina whose pursuit of artistic purity slowly fractures her sense of self. As she prepares for the dual role of the white and black swan, her need to be flawless transforms into paranoia, hallucination, and self-destruction. Philosophically, the film questions whether greatness requires self-annihilation. Nina achieves perfection only by destroying the boundaries of her identity, suggesting that obsession can masquerade as ambition. Black Swan is not just about ballet, it is about how relentless pressure and internal conflict can turn the pursuit of excellence into a psychological collapse. You have to add this film to your watch list.
Annihilation, 2018, isn't just a science fiction mystery. It's a deeply introspective story about self-destruction, grief, and the fear of change. The film follows a group of scientists who enter an unexplained zone where the laws of nature no longer behave as expected. Inside this space, reality bends, time, biology, and identity begin to blur and merge. But the real journey isn't only happening in this strange environment, it's unfolding within the characters themselves. Each person who enters carries emotional damage, guilt, or loss, and the environment reflects that inner turmoil. Instead of a traditional enemy, the film presents transformation itself as the true threat, the idea that exposure to change can erase who you once were. The boundaries between human and non-human, memory and identity, slowly dissolve.
American Psycho * 2000, isn't just a story about violence or shock. It's a sharp psychological satire about identity, status, and the emptiness hidden behind success. Set in a world obsessed with wealth, appearance, and social approval, the film follows a man who seems to have everything society tells him to want: a prestigious job, expensive tastes, and a perfectly controlled image. But beneath the polished surface is a deep sense of isolation and detachment. In this world, people are valued more for what they own than who they are, and individuality slowly disappears. As the story unfolds, reality becomes increasingly unstable. Faces blur together, names are constantly mistaken, and actions lose clear consequences. This confusion isn't accidental, it reflects a society where identity is disposable and no one truly sees anyone else. The film forces viewers to question what's our